May the 4th be with you.
I don't know where to go from that statement.
I don't know how much I'm going to show this because we're just going to push it from my mind now.
Welcome to the second vlog for this spring equinox. We still have 2 books to read for actual classes. And whatever lore needs. I really want to try to knock out the lore quest, but I need the sun to come out. And then my current book is an e-read, so I'm going to be taking a picture of like my tablet in the sunlight. And I don't see that coming out well, but we will do that and hopefully get through the lore quest to whatever the reading prompt is for the few things that it has, and that Dragon Rider will fit as that prompt. I need to finish Dragon Rider this weekend, and I'm only halfway through. Is it weird to say it starts slow, and yet there's a lot of descriptions of like the battles that have happened, his people being, kind of conquered, and now they're royal hostages / servants. That feels rude. But it did. And then things started happening, and a lot of bad things happened. I don't know how I feel about the book yet. It's kind of interesting in a way, but at the same point, he's not making the smartest decisions. True, he's never really been outside much, but at the same point, you were trained strategically by this great general, because he has to be the old emperor's body servant. The old emperor is constantly having him write his memoir of all of his conquests. He's learned battle tactics from this man. He even talks to him, not talks down to him, but talks to him as a student, asks him questions and expects intelligent responses. So strategically, you should be able to think things better. The whole beginning of the book, though, is not what I was going to gather from the description at all. There was a really big twisty thing that happened. It was kind of sad. I was describing it to my husband, and he was like, "Why are you talking about Game of Thrones?" And then started thinking, I was like, oh God, it is so much like the Red Wedding. So a little bit of a spoiler there for you for Dragon Rider. But, none of that, it does affect the main character. But, it's not, no, it is directly. I don't know where to go from that statement. I'm debating getting the audiobook, though, for Serpent and the Wings of Night, though I kind of don't want to at the same time, because what if I don't like it? And then I just have the first book. And I'm also, okay. We will figure that out, though. We will figure that out, and probably I should, edit the video and not read, though. Or lore quest. Let's do that. And put off other responsibilities, and let's go do the lore quest.
I finished Dragon Rider it was not that it was bad. It was just that it should not have probably been the follow-up book to Kingdoms of Death. It probably could have had more of an impact, and I felt more of the character's pain if I had not had just a much greater example of true pain and suffering. Okay, I shouldn't say true. What Jai went through was bad, but for a 17-year-old, it's from that outlook and a bit whiny. Okay, he's not whiny. He takes everything kind of in stride. I don't even remember what all I told you in yesterday's, but otherwise it was fine. So our main character is Jai. As I don't remember what I said, this could all get cut out. He's the 3rd son of the people of the Stepfolk. We did not get to find out too much about this, but it's supposed to be a series, so I guess we're going to find out more about the world itself, because in the 3rd act, they were mentioning a Phoenix Empire. What? Where are these people? Where did that come from? Are they on the other side of the ocean or something? The Silver Sea or something? Though it also makes it sound like it's on the same continent, so I don't know. He has been, the royal hostage of the Sabine Empire, which is these people who are conquering everybody. He is from the people known as the steep folk, because they are this nomadic tribe in this region of the continent known as the steep. So they're just known as the steep folk. They're a bunch of different tribes. But his father had kind of pulled them all together to stand up to the empire. And there are these northern tribes that live in the tundra called the Dansk. And that is where Princess Erica is from, who I was right in my whole assumption. And the fact that he's like, oh, I'm so stupid, when he finally figures it out less than 100 pages in. What, of course, all of us would have realized, especially if you've seen episode 1. It was that situation. And we all knew that, except the main character. I'm not sure what this book is marketed as, but I don't think it's YA. Moving on from that. He does go through so much, and we're supposed to feel for him and see him struggling and him beaten down. And as I said, it would have made so much more of an impact if I hadn't just read Kingdoms of Death and had my heart eviscerated by that book. I did not feel for Jay at all. Also, you know, if it's not got good world building in the book, I don't love it as much. And besides hearing about these 3 different people's places, kind of, the ebook didn't come with the map, unfortunately. It probably would have helped visualize. The main plot of the story, though, is the dance come in for a royal wedding, because that is, they're making peace with the empire by marrying the princess to the prince. I already described what happened, you know, with that, I think, in the first clip. And they have dragons. They're the only ones who have known how to soul bond dragons, which is the magic system in this one. People soul bond with animals, and then they can use magic. And they're also physically a bit stronger and hardier. And they have different tiers too, as the longer you work with your animal, the higher tier. Well, some people, you know, they can always do it, and or they can do it for really long times and they don't get any better. It's also a personal thing of how much you can do. Well, Jay, on the run for his life, is hiding, and he comes across the dragon egg, and when he's near death, the dragon bonds with him. And then, you know, they find the princess also on the run, and they team up and try to go, you know, get out of the empire together. Cat. And so the most of this story is a traveling story, which wouldn't be bad, except it's not like a quest. They're just on the run. They're on the road, and it's... Will I continue this series? I don't know. This is one that I can honestly say I'm not sure if I really want to continue it. Not that it's bad. Still just don't know. Maybe for a buddy read or something, might continue it for that. But I don't think I have any urge to keep going on Jay's story, especially with how it ended. That felt rude.
Over the past several months, I've been studying to get a certification to start a new career field. And I find it much more difficult studying at this point in my life than in college. I don't know. It's probably also the subject material. But based off the people who have actually passed the test, they're telling me they didn't really read the book. They made flashcards and note cards, and it worked perfectly fine. So now I'm going back through the chapters I have already read, and I'm making flashcards. On this particular case, you can see the cat is blocking me from sitting hardly anywhere comfortable, but she's normally my study buddy most mornings. And so I'm trying to get into the routine of exercise and study every morning, and then starting the day.
Book mail time. Yay, book mail. I'm so happy. So, I don't know which one of these... No, I don't know which fairy one of these is, because I really thought one was the romantasy, and then the next one specifically said, your romantasy one is delivering today, and I'm like, oh, so which month is the other one? Because I think they are 2 months behind, and now I believe I'm caught up with Alcrate, because one of these should be the February and the March. So very excited, and the bookish box, December, maybe, I don't know. Let's start opening, and I will tell you what all of these are. First book is Ashes of Man by Christopher Rocchio, book 5. I can't wait, and it actually seems to have come undamaged, a little dirty, scuffed maybe, I don't know. And we have like Velka on the cover. At least I do believe that's Velka, based off the description of her hair so far. That looks, and you know, her gun that she's always has. Oh my god, I can't wait to start this one. First or second book, I'm not sure. Hey, this is the romantasy one, yay! Our art print author letter, so pretty. I love the color of the forest behind her. I'm gonna say cooler. I don't know why. My English, guys. Our dust jacket. Even though that art looks still like the original art. I think they just changed the color scheme just a little bit, maybe. Played on. Oh my god, the inside. Oh my god, the inside of it. Look at this. Oh my gosh, if I can hold it up. This is so pretty. Oh, it's like a little apothecary shop. Okay. Ooh. Okay. And I like the feel of the book itself. It's got constellations. Okay. And our Inside is just like a night view of that same the character print and the boys. And then do it like this, maybe it'll focus right. A library with a deadly enchantment, a fey lord who wants in a human woman willing to risk it all for a taste of power. And I haven't posted up on the community tab yet, but this is going to be our May read in the Discord if you would like to join us for the buddy read of this one. Very excited. Magical library. I'm still okay with Fae, okay? I'm not overdone on Fae yet, especially when it might be different spins on Fae. And magical library. Okay, so this one is the March book. Did I get the February book then? A feather so black. It's got a moon. This could work for the lore quest, but it's also so big. I was so happy. I was like, ooh, I need a moon. Hey, my next book has a moon on it. The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Then I reminded myself, books for the readathon cannot count towards the side quests. And then I was a little sad again. But this one's possibly a little too big for that. Okay. I don't know, I love this cover, but at the same time, I like the original cover they did too. It's very mysterious. It says, though, it's a sizzling fantasy romance set in a world of perilous magic and moonlit forest, spinning a seductive tale of a changeling princess, her cursed sister, and the dangerous fey lord she must defeat to save her family. That's this thing. Okay. I don't know how much I'm going to show this because it's supposed to be like the readathon vlog. So do I show like a lot of the unboxing or just the little bits? I don't know. I'm trying to move fast with this because I don't want this portion to take up like so much at this as well, you know? The March book for Owlcrate was Warm Hands of Ghosts by Catherine Arden. It says you trail your ghosts behind you on the book crate. This one is more of a magical realism that takes place in World War II. Two siblings were, one was a nurse. Our main character, Laura, was a nurse during the war. Something happened though where she was injured and she was sent back. Her brother though goes missing and is presumed dead at the front. And she doesn't believe it and she goes back to try to find out herself. And then I do believe it'll pick up from her brother's perspective as what happened when he met in this thing and why he lost the will to, continue fighting in the front. Ghosts have warm hands. Okay. The blessed forget and the damned remember. Like, holy crap, is that not a good line? This stamping of where they did some of the foiling with ridges on the other side. And this is what our reversible looks like. There's her author letter. I am on the fence about reading this one. I really am. But I paid for the 6-month Owlcrate adult, and I can't skip any of them then. So even if I am on the fence and don't know if I for sure actually want to get them, I can't skip them. And my bookish box, because the box got absolutely soaked in the rain. But thankfully they wrap in this nice bubble wrap. And then they're cloth. Oh, cool. This is the bookish boxes. The Serpent and the Wings of Night words, Morgan, their edition of it. And the spread edges have daggers. So they went for a very red and dark and you feel heavy. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. And the dust paper, the dust jacket is super thick paper. And look really creepy. Otherwise, it's a great picture. Just didn't like the way they drew the eyes. This is so dark. It's probably not going to pick like any of the actual hardback up itself. Now the question, oh my gosh, what? Maybe that's all I saw, but I thought I saw a color picture. So no. It was just the chapter pages are like dark with wings. So the question is, do I read this edition or the Owlcrate edition that I know sometimes their darker colors will stay in my fingers? still, I believe you're heavy. Question. But I'm starting it today, so I will pick one of these to physically read. Now I have 2 editions. So I wanted to see how they would do it after I saw their 4th wing, and I thought that was so cool. I missed out on the Iron Flame sale. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my 4th wing copy now. And last but not least is the February Owl Crate box, which is the highly debated. Like, people are liking, not liking, can barely stand it. Like, read it. A Bride by Allie Hazelwood. They say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. They don't know what they're talking about. Well, that was an interesting inside cover art. A vampire bride and an alpha werewolf form a dangerous alliance in this enthralling new paranormal romance. I do like this, though. This makes it look so much more sweet. I mean, well, this kind of does too. Like, this and this art look nothing like the other book art. And her author letter is super short. No real reading update to give because I haven't started another thing since I finished Dragon Rider last night and updated you. I go back and forth. I'm thinking maybe I was too harsh in what I said and I should re-say it, to thinking I could have critiqued it more. I put it through Callpile and it said 3.5 and I'm like, I was generous, I think. And I kind of want to just bump it down to a 3 as I keep thinking about it and small things bug me. I already wrote the review and I posted the review, so we're just gonna try to push it from my mind now. Except I saw a TikTok that said, if you like, I think it said 4th Wing and Game of Thrones in this book. I'm glad they put Game of Thrones and not A Song of Ice and Fire, though I don't really remember the red wedding scene in that. But otherwise, the only thing it has in common with both of those is dragons. With Game of Thrones, the show, the red wedding scene. True. With 4th Wing, legitly nothing besides dragons.
So I was trying to update on the Serpent and the Wings of Night, and I'm pretty sure that the camera battery cut off, or something cut off, because the battery I thought was at 30%. We have changed the battery and obviously changed where we were sitting to record our Monday video. And I don't even know what to update right now. I don't know what it got. I don't even remember what I told you about the Serpent and the Wings of Night in the first time I talked about it. We have one more official book that we have to finish this month, and I know I need to prioritize that one, but we have so much to do this weekend. Let's see. Cool. No idea how to do that today, but I need to get to at least page 138 today and then just read 137 every day for the next 4 days, and I'll finish the book. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it does. We are somehow going to do it because this is for the class, and I really want to go to the next one on adventure in this series. A super fun adventure series where she goes and finds archaeological sites that are only supposed to be myths. Like the first one was Atlantis, and then King Arthur's tomb, like with Excalibur. I don't know if he's still going with the series or not. I can't even find these in the bookstore anymore. The first one I ever got was book 4 at the airport, without knowing it was book 4, of course, because I have this horrible trend of picking up not the first book in the series and starting it and being like, then figuring it out and like, crap. So I had a book on a plane and I couldn't even read it. And that was 13 years ago. And we're still going with the series because, like I said, they were very fun. Okay, this was not what this was supposed to be. I'm supposed to be starting the Monday video. And I was supposed to be updating the other one.
I came over here because she has the blanket and I wanted to see if she would share it, and as soon as I sit down, of course she hops down. Okay, I think this one sits lower. Since the cat moved in, I am back to where I normally would sit and read, even though I will not be needing my light. I sit here though because I have a lamp, but I'm gonna have to use my guild points because there's no way I can finish this by the end of tomorrow and finish my class. So it's very, very sad. And I'm still going to finish this book. I'm going to keep going with it. But I didn't even get it to page 80 this weekend. It's not because I'm not liking it. It is, I like it, even though Nina's character, I don't know, she was slightly annoying. But still, we made a big discovery as they are at the first temple, the ruins of the first temple, at an excavation site being overseen by Israeli and Jordanian archaeologists. And Nina is just kind of there as a guest. But she's in the middle of another documentary, so she has a film crew. And they're like on a schedule, and they're getting irritated with her. And the other archaeologists are a little bit irritated that Nina's trying to rush things. But they make a huge discovery. Like, in true fashion, she finds a hidden walled up room that just looked like, you know, part of the wall, rubble and stuff. That is a miniature scale of the city of the damned. And so they are going to try to locate that. Meanwhile, in the prologue, Eddie had taken down a warlord helping, you know, MI6. And now in present day, on his flight from the UK to the US, he was intercepted. He was taken out of the US Marshal's custody. Everybody on board died. And we don't know who brought him over. I do have a guess, and I kind of hope that's not the case because it'd be like a cliche almost. I don't know. But it's really early on. It gave like no indicator of who it could be. But I have this guess. I don't think his books have done that, but others have. So we'll see. I'm going to keep going, even if it won't be for my class. So since it's restoration, it's supposed to be something that would get you out of the slump. And I normally, you know, pick something else. So I decided to let's go something small and cutesy, because cutesy makes happy reads, right? And I need something happy reading right now anyway, because I've had a bunch of in-between books, and now I'm sad that I can't get that done in time. So I'm picking up a comic, and that's going to be Cat's Cafe, if this shows on the screen at all, by Matt Tarpley. I've started this a little bit before, and I wasn't able to fully finish it, so I got it from the library, and it's still 160 pages. Like, I don't know if this is a culmination of a bunch of them. I think it must be. And the other one that I read was much smaller. So while I'm waiting on my hair to dry so I can go film and do the TBR video, I'm going to start Cat's Cafe and get happy adorableness. I finished Cat Cafe in one sitting. I don't know how I didn't finish it last time I had it. Possibly I'd gotten it while we were waiting in an appointment and then completely forgot about it until it returned itself to the library. Possibly. It's just so cute and adorable. It's about the cat who has his own little cafe where he serves coffee mostly with little pastries and just interactions with its friends, the other animals like penguin. Oh my god, penguins are so adorable anyway, and this one is a coffee addict. And it's just like, you know, showing you how to work through your emotions, kind of, even for adults. A friendship and talk up yourself. Like, there's an armadillo, I think it was. It's one of the animals who goes around and compliments like everybody and is so nice to everybody, but cannot compliment themselves. Also, the author name is apparently not what it says on the book anymore. It is Gwen Tarpley. Sorry that I said that wrong, but the covers, so that even the new cover that just came out. With that, counting as my restoration, I am completely done with all my classes. I passed this spring semester. Sunshine. I filmed my May TBR, which that video is coming out before this one, so you know you can see what those are. And it's probably my shortest TBR ever. Even video, everything, shortest ever. And then I got like 34, probably only 30 pages read in the Garble line of King Solomon's Curse. So I'm still reading through that one and was enjoying it, not feeling pressured now, so it's a little bit, and also it was very quiet in the car. But that is our reading update for today. One more technical day of the readathon, and she's announced that we will be doing sprints, which maybe I can actually do some sprints. I don't know. Gotta get the TBR video edited. And start piecing together this video so it'll be ready to go on Saturday. and see what else we should get to fill in place. I really hope it's not picking up that someone is mowing their yard somewhere in the neighborhood by me. Hopefully it's far enough away. But we need to end the vlog. It is now the 3rd. Yes. And I haven't read much these past few days. I almost started Lord of the Wilds. Okay, I did a little bit. Like I listened to the prologue, and that's all I did. And I was like, no, must finish one of the 2 books you were reading. But we need to go back a little bit, because in the editing process of the vlog, I found that I guess I just didn't hit record when I thought the camera battery died before I filmed a different video, and I was like, we're at a new location. Because there was absolutely no clips of me talking about Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, I should say the author's name, except for when I said I was going to start it. And then I think I said I finished it. I don't even think I said I finished it. I did end up reading with the Owl Crate edition and getting the audiobook. I did. And while it was fun, I have not written my physical review or put it like up on Instagram because I haven't written it. Because I moved on to try to, finish the classes. Took a break while the lawn cutting got louder, and I no longer remember what I was saying about the book. But it was good. Oh, right. I was saying how I can't seem to write the review because while I enjoyed it, I don't know that I processed much. Maybe there... Okay, it takes place on a continent of vampires. Yes, there are humans in the world, obviously, we are food. And the humans live on a different continent. You don't get to find out much about the gods and too much of the magic system, I feel like. But there are certain magics, like people don't have random things, it seems very specific vampire powers based off of what house you're in. And there are 3 different vampire houses. The House of Night, the House of Blood, and the House of Shadow, and they are all different regions on the vampire continent. They all worship the goddess of night, Nyaxia, which that's the series named The Crowns of Nyaxia, who used to be a minor goddess of the White Pantheon until things went bad. Apparently, even the gods, the gods in most mythos is, they're never really beneficent and great. They're kind of bad to her though. And so the whole trial that our main character Aurea, yeah, listen to the audiobook and still, because that was one reason that decided to get the audiobook, because I could not pronounce the names of the character, the continent that she was in. Please don't step on the buttons for the lights. So Aurea is in this trial called the Kajari, because her adoptive vampire dad, they came up with this thing, which, from the description, you just know she's going to be in it. You don't really know why. You find out fairly early on, though. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it, and it's, oh my gosh, the amount of times the book will say, he never says he loves me, but you can see it with the way he's so worried, or he acts like this. Okay, we get it. Must you use the exact same wording? And I love the competition aspect. I have found, it seems, I should have known this already, that I do really like our main strong female characters who get roped into this competition, though they're all actually volunteering, and that was a revelation to me too. I was like, they all get put into this competition that they had no choice for, and then I realized, wait, they all technically kind of volunteered. She fully agreed to go into this competition to win it, and you get a gift from the goddess, pretty much your desire, wish, whatever, from the goddess, if you win the Kajari. Hunger Games, Katniss volunteered as tribute. Daughter of the Drowned Empire, Lear fully volunteered to do the thing. She could have chose banishment, but she fully volunteered to go through the warrior training as a normal person. Please. Okay, I cut out that part. So the slow burn, I don't know if that made it through or not, of her and Rain, that was cool. I liked how they built that up, how they slowly worked towards that. Allies to kind of desiring each other, yes, fully behind that. The end of the book, though, it was a cool revelation. That one thing, if we are sure that, why would nobody else have picked that up? So, why would nobody else have really picked that up? I guess it's not happening as much. And it's, I guess she doesn't smell different. She's still, don't say things. I am still debating, though, about the next one. Like, do I really want a special edition? Will it get better? There's also going to be a third book, apparently. Because the Owl Crate, they will be selling the second book next month. So would we want a second edition of this one? Though, while I love the blue, and it does have the moon. Yep, the books are still there. I have not put crap away. Or would we want to try to catch the Broken Bindings second book edition? Because this is kind of gorgeous too. So I don't know, but I definitely don't need 2 special editions. And I'm also, do I even need the second book special edition? It's not even, this is supposed to be wrapping up the video and not ramble on. 'Cause this is going to be partially probably a long vlog because I did put the unboxing in the middle. And apparently in that lost clip, I might have said the book that I was doing for the lore quest, at the part that I was at, which I'm still there. I haven't finished that book either because it had to have a moon. And I picked a title from my KU, even though I said that about those that I opened. I picked a KU book, Moon Touched, by somebody, because it had already been in my library. And it sounded like, the description is like, this sounds like those episodic stories that you see pop up on Instagram, you know, where they try to get you to go to the app with the story app. And the description sounds like one of those. And it's werewolves. It's about Araya, who is the half-human daughter of the Cancer Alpha Pack. Because they're zodiac wolves. So each of the 12 zodiac symbols, except there's the shunned 13th pack, the Orpheus. I don't even know how to say that. But they're shunned for working with the moon witches. And the other zodiac packs work with the sun witches and all the things. But she's been the outcast her whole life for being half human. Everybody hates her. It's that typical syndrome that's happening. And now she's, you know, come of age to be able to have her wolf and be, you know, more full shifter. I mean, I wasn't expecting greatness from it. And it's not been bad. Something just happened though, and when I was reading to wait for the long clippings to finish, things happened. Things escalated. I am less than 100 pages from the end now. It's only 320. And then I can finally say I'm done with that. And I only have one more that's still a holdover from April that I didn't get finished, which is King Solomon Curse. I haven't even made it that much further in that one. I've just been kind of using the ebook right now. And then I will start Lore of the Wilds for the buddy read, for sure. Gonna start it this weekend. And start the next May, whatever vlog we're doing. May the 4th be with you, since that's when this video is going up. I talked a bit longer in this closing part than I originally intended to, I think. This was supposed to be closing, and then in the editing, I noticed that I had not mentioned that book at all, or the one for the lore quest that I'm doing, because it needed a moon on the cover. Hopefully this video is not quite that long. The last part where I was editing at, we were at 40 minutes, I think, but there's still more fine-tuning editing to do and go down a little bit. We'll see. Hopefully you guys, though, enjoyed this video. Your April's reads for the readathon wrapped up good. I think I'm still going to do a wrap-up video because one of the books I completely didn't talk about at all, I don't think. So, yes, I think we will. I just hope you enjoyed this. You'll stay tuned for more, subscribe, and have an awesome day finding a great book. Bye, y'all.